What do you think the biggest misconception there is about joining a team?
That it's just for beginners.
Oh, tell me more about that.
Yeah. The idea that a team is just for new agents is probably the most common idea that I hear. And, oh, you'll start out there, and then when are you going to head out? When are you going to go off and do your own thing? You could do this by yourself. And it's like, thank you, but I'm extremely not interested in that.
Yeah.
Because
Why is that though?
the team provides so much more than the tangible deals on the board, right?
Yeah.
Because that's work that I've put in. I'm putting the deals on the board, right? But how many of those are team provided versus how many that I'm able to do myself? How is the team able to help me shift my business into what I'm more interested in working? And how quickly they've been able to help me make that shift, as opposed to spending the first 5 to 10 years of my business just grinding and doing nothing. And then I've spent the first 5 to 10 years of my children's lives just grinding and doing nothing. And then eventually would have built something. But now I've been able to build what I've had and provide for my children and be there for them at the same time.
Yeah. No, I think that's really, I hadn't even considered that, but now I'm thinking, like, running through scenarios in my mind. Like, I would almost argue that almost every sector of business could be replicated into an entrepreneurship if you wanted it to. Like,
Yes.
if you're working a W-2 job, or maybe you're working for someone and you call them boss, you probably have enough experience to go out and do it on your own. But there's something that keeps people within a company. It's either culture, it's opportunity, it's growth, it's knowing what to do or what not to do. And I think being a part of a team, yes, there's a lot of agents that are part of teams that could do a really nice business on their own.
Sure.
But the cost to do so is extremely high. That then you're truly solo, don't have really much opportunity coming in. And I think one of the beautiful things of a team is it's almost like a waterfall of opportunity. There's so much potential between leads and knowing what to say, trainings, that it's like you almost have to try to fail to make it not work.
Yes,
And
I 100% agree.
And I feel like there's a lot of people out there that maybe you're not in real estate, but maybe you're a graphic designer and you work for a graphic design company. You probably could go and do your own thing.
Yeah.
But there's something keeping you at that company.
Right.
And I think there's a lot of agents who are not, they're like team entrepreneurs. They had enough drive to jump into a business where they have to make it on their own, but they realize that it's kind of intimidating, and they love having, let's say, a family of people behind them to make it happen. And so I think that's the strongest team members.
Because it solves the one thing that everybody says about being a solo agent, which is being lonely.
Yeah.
Lonely acts in so many different ways. Lonely is, you don't have support whenever you need something. Lonely is you have to do everything on your own, so you get all of the stress of that, and you don't have any support from somebody that can help you do it. Lonely is continuing to think in your own mindset as opposed to being able to bounce ideas off of one another. And maybe there's a massive visionary on the team that really just blows your mind every single day. That's just like, that's a possibility. I could do that. That's life-changing being in those environments. And I can't say that every team's the same, and not everybody is a good fit for every team. But the idea that you would have to, or I would have to carry the burden of doing it all myself, and being able, and trying to think big enough to where I'd be able to scale to where I want to be one day, and just do it all by myself. Why do I want to do it all by myself?
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know
I don't
either.
want to.
I don't know either. I mean, there's a reason that teams have started building the way that they have. I mean, that's been going on for plenty of years now, where it started out as a very small idea where not a whole lot of people did it. And then real estate blossomed into this thing where you have to be a master of all.
Yeah.
Marketing, social media, your email content. You have to be good at putting the listings on. You have to be a good negotiator, good people person, a good networker. You have to be all these different things, not to mention being a good CEO of your own business.
Yeah.
How on earth are you going to be able to do all that by yourself?
There's a lot of
and be profitable.
Solo agents that do a lot of business, but their P&L at the end of the year is zero.
Yeah.
Because they just have a terrible time of spending money.
Yeah.
And so I think about, Tom Ferry has said this year that it really impacted me. Like, we're moving towards a model where it's just going to be teams.
Yeah.
And that might come sooner or later, but every company out there is recognizing that the team is more powerful than the individual. So why is Zillow and Realtor.com and Homes.com really making it a point to partner with teams? Is because they know that they can go further, better, far faster than anybody else.
Yeah.
So eventually, like, the thought of a solo agent is going to be, it's either team or not. And one day that's probably going to become a reality.
Yeah.
You know?
We're going to see a lot more individual agent productions in a team setting than we are in any solo setting.
I agree.